So hello guys, I am BlackOpsAmazing. Welcome back to another Black Ops 3 Zombies video on my channel. Now, whilst at work throughout the day, voice crack, I'm 18 Eli, this should be finished now. But I like to just, when I'm thinking of something, because I tend to think about YouTube quite a lot. It's not sad, but I love this site. And then what I usually do is actually think of some video ideas throughout the day, because I don't get too much time to make videos when I get back from work, especially actually, think of a video to do, actually create it and upload it. So it's very difficult to not have too much time. So what I tend to do is think of video ideas or whatever comes into my head and just write them in my notes section on my phone. Now, I've actually had this in my phone for a couple of weeks now. I forgot to make a video about it, and I thought it'd actually be quite an interesting topic to bring up, because for me, I think this could be likely. Maybe it's something that's taking place, but we actually don't really see it, or we don't really think about it or know about it. Now, we already know that this whole zombie storyline is one big cycle. Maps like Mob of the Dead and Origins, you get told or you get notified that this is a cycle. You are stuck in this loop that needs to be broken or else it will continue. In Mob of the Dead, we know in order to break the cycle, the correct characters have to die. When we finally build the plane in Mob of the Dead and fly it and crash it into the San Francisco Bridge, in order to finally get to the ending part of the Easter egg, we have to do that step 3 times, which shows that this is a cycle. You are stuck in this loop. The same thing is happening over and over again. I believe on the 3rd time, or maybe the 4th time that you arrive at this bridge, the last part of the Easter egg will take place. Now, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I haven't done this Easter egg in an awfully long time, and I did do an awesome breakdown on the Mob of the Dead storyline. It probably should be updated right now as we know a lot more about zombies, but if you want to check it out, it was an awesome video. I will leave it in the description. But as stated, in Mob of the Dead, we are stuck in a loop. In order for the cycle to be broken and not to carry on, the Weasel must kill all of the other 3 mobsters. If the other 3 characters die, the game will end and you will just get put back to the main zombies menu. But if it's the Weasel that dies, then the cycle will continue and you will be sent straight back to Alcatraz and you will have to do it again. There is no way out of the game, there is no way to end it, which shows you that this loop is going on, and the only way to break it is by doing it correctly. The same thing is happening in Origins. Samantha states and says to us, "Don't you remember? You have been here before. Why can none of you remember?"
You don't even remember how long this has been going on. How long we have been trapped here. You cannot prevent what is coming, Edward. The loop must be closed.
Although our characters don't say it, we really never get any mentions of it. Samantha tells us that we are stuck in this loop and we've actually been here many times. Once again, if we go over to Die Rise, that map that we had with the shitty transit characters, but Misty, damn. But yeah, we can see in the Die Rise cutscene right at the end, our characters all die. First it's Stuhlinger, and then as they're going down the lift, they get swarmed with zombies and all die, but we can see Richtofen actually spawn them back in. And then Samuel says, "Have we been here before?" Although they can't quite remember it, once again, they have been here. So again, the same thing is happening. Although they can see that the place they are in is familiar, they can't remember being here before, but they have. They are stuck in this loop, and the only way to carry on, and the only way to move on, the only way to break the loop is for them to do it correctly. So yeah, they're just a few examples. But I was thinking, and I can't quite remember if I mentioned this in another video, but what if at the end of Zombies, we know so far we are going to Pompeii, we also have DLC 3, and we have DLC 4. We only know one other Zombies location, which is Stalingrad, which leaves us with a map that we don't know anything about. We have a good idea about Stalingrad that revolves around us killing Nikolai, but DLC 3 or 4, whichever Stalingrad is, we have no idea about what that map could be. I was thinking, what if at the end of Zombies we had this whole plot twist to our zombie storyline? That's exactly what Treyarch did to us in Origins. The ending cutscene we got for Origins was very strange. No one knew what it was truly about, what it truly meant, what it was actually showing us. We all thought that the zombie storyline was made up by 2 kids, but by the time Black Ops 3 came around, Shadows of Evil and the Giant explained things. It explained what was happening in that cutscene, and we now know that we were all totally wrong. And in fact, these kids do actually exist in the game, and they are missing. So far, we have a good idea of what we think Richtofen's plan will be, and Richtofen says that he knows what he is doing. He sounds assured that they will succeed. Richtofen seems to be this good character, but as we go on, as he gets more and more exposed to Element 115, we can also start to see his crazy side coming out a bit more. And he has to keep reminding himself to stay focused on the mission. He keeps telling himself, "What are you doing, Edward? You must remember what Maxis told you. Get the vessel to Maxis." So although Richtofen seems to be this good character, he is trying to fix things. Because of the exposure to Element 115, his older version, where he was totally crazy and destroyed the Earth, is trying to kind of get back inside of him, although Richtofen is trying to reject it, which you can tell he's struggling. killing. But I was thinking, what if at the end of DLC 4 there is a plot twist? So far our storyline looks pretty clear, our mission looks very clear. It is simply to kill all of our test subjects, the 01 versions. So Richtofen and Dempsey are dead. We know in Pompeii, we can see that we are going to kill Takeo. We also then finally have Nikolai to kill. Richtofen is also making sure he is collecting the 01 version souls inside of the summoning key, so he can then give that to Maxis. Why Maxis needs the summoning key with the 01 version souls, we don't exactly know, but for some reason I think that the great battle that happened many millenniums of years ago is going to take place once again. That great battle between our 4 original characters that used the elemental staffs against the Apothicons, and the Apothicons were finally defeated. We know up until now in Shadows of Evil they were dormant, and our Shadows of Evil characters awoken them. And so because of that, because the Apothicons are now back after being dormant for thousands of years, the great battle is going to have to take place again in order to stop them from taking over Earth for themselves, because that is their ultimate goal. They want the summoning key from Richtofen because it will allow them to open up a gateway to let all of the other Apothicons down to Earth. And Richtofen and Maxis need to hurry up and get these 4 souls so they can recreate the original characters that first defeated the Apothicons. That is Maxis and Richtofen's goal, but as stated, Richtofen seems to be going crazier the more he gets exposed to Element 115. By the time we get to DLC 2, which we know is taking place in Pompeii, Division 9 are using Element 115 themselves on experimental weaponry. Because Richtofen is going there, that means he will be exposed even more to Element 115, so there is more of a chance of his crazier self trying to take his body back. And then as we move on to DLC 3 and 4, although we don't know exactly what those maps will hold, we can guess again Element 115 will be involved. What if right at the end, because Richtofen has been exposed to this much Element 115, his older crazy version comes back, and Richtofen messes up the plan that he has been working on all throughout Black Ops 3. In the Giant, into Eisendrache, in Pompeii, destroying all of those sites, doing all of this good hard work to try and defeat the Apothicons and make sure that none of the events that happened in the past ever took place. Richtofen has been doing good, but maybe in DLC 4, because of all this exposure to Element 115 and his old selfish version coming back, he might decide to not hand the summoning key to Maxis, or maybe use it for himself, or does something bad. Or possibly in DLC 4, Richtofen knows or can feel his original self coming back. He can feel the urge to do something shady, and he knows himself that he is going to do something bad that is just going to harm all of the hard work that they have done throughout Black Ops 3. And because of that, Richtofen can't continue with the mission, and he must be killed. The only way for the cycle to be broken, for everything to be fixed, Richtofen needs to be killed. If Richtofen isn't killed, then it's possible that he does something with the summoning key to help him once again take control of the zombies and destroy the Earth, or just do something bad. That means the cycle will continue. And this is exactly what we saw in Mob of the Dead. I think that cycle in Mob of the Dead was just a small idea of what's taking place in our whole zombie storyline. The whole zombie storyline is a cycle, and in order for us to finally break the cycle, fix everything, and to end this zombie storyline, Richtofen needs to be killed in the last DLC, and Takeo, Nikolai and Dempsey must finish the mission on their own. Because at the end of DLC 4, I'm pretty sure they would have made up a good friendship. They can now trust Richtofen. It would be hard for them to kill him, but if they didn't kill him, the cycle would just continue, just like in Mob of the Dead. Maybe if the other characters don't kill Richtofen, then Richtofen may end up killing them, which, just like in Mob of the Dead, if the Weasel doesn't kill the other characters and the other characters kill the Weasel, the cycle will continue, which may be really crazy. I think that could be a really awesome plot twist. Richtofen, now this good character from Origins, is trying to fix the universe. He is hiding a secret from us, and he actually keeps saying to himself, I now know what I must do. He says the road is long and dark, and Richtofen keeps saying into Eisendrache or the Giant, I am doing you all a favour. I am trying to save the universe, and I can only hope that you will repay the favour for me. By that, does he mean you will kill me, or you will finish off what I started, because I won't be here? He says, I know what my future holds. By that, he does kind of make it sound like something is going to happen to him. I thought about what awesome plot twist could Treyarch give us at the end, and I think doing that, us having to kill Richtofen that we've all grown to love, especially now he's good, killing him would be difficult. But obviously that's what we have to do in order to break the cycle, in order for us to complete the Easter egg, in order for us to finish this storyline, just end it all for once, make sure Samantha is safe, get rid of the zombies, stop the Apothicons. Then Richtofen has to die before he just ruins everything that they have worked hard for. The only thing you need to remember is that this is all a cycle. If you relate it back to Mob of the Dead, I think it's very similar to that, and you just think of it as replacing our current characters, Richtofen, Takeo, Nikolai and Dempsey, with the Mob of the Dead characters. Just that Richtofen is the Weasel, and Nikolai, Takio, and Dempsey are the other 3 characters. And just like in Mob of the Dead, but this time changed around, if the Weasel or Richtofen dies, then the cycle will be broken, the game will finish, that is the end. But if Finn, Sal, and Ray die, who would be Nikolai, Takio, and Dempsey, if they die, then the cycle will just continue. So I don't know, I'm just going to let you guys think about it. Maybe put your ideas in the comment section below or what you actually think about this. I definitely do think Treyarch are going to give us an awesome plot twist once again, because if they don't, then does that mean that is the end of our zombie storyline? Because so far we know what our mission is, we know what we are going to do, and as we can see it right now, I don't see where else Treyarch can go with our zombie storyline, and this might actually just be the end. If they do end up putting a plot twist in there, it could leave us a massive cliffhanger to speculate and talk about, whilst Treyarch think up of a new storyline or try and give us more as we get on to Black Ops 4 or whatever the next Treyarch Call of Duty will be in a few years' time. Or is this the end of zombies? I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, guys, but thank you for watching the video. This is something I've actually wanted to talk about for a while, so there it is. I've put quite a bit of time into it, and I am so goddamn tired, so if you could drop a like rating, that'd be awesome. If not, it doesn't matter, guys. Thank you so much for watching the video. Anyway, that's all I am going to say. I love you all so much. The support has been amazing. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already for daily free zombies updates, and as always, I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.